What does trading these guys do for Carolina, though? Like, what is that going to do for them?
It puts you in the C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, the Will Levis conversation. And Matt Rhule didn't work out for a lot of reasons, guys. But when you look at it, it was P.J. Walker, Cam Newton, Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield.
Oh, God.
I mean, if I'm Tepper right now, the way I'm looking at this football team is that I'm trying to get one of these quarterbacks regardless at this moment. Like, and I'm doing everything and anything in my power to make sure my team is at the bottom. I know that's not how players and coaches think, but from a front office perspective, and you look at the Achilles heel of the Carolina Panthers the last few years, it's been the quarterback position. I need that franchise quarterback. So that's what I'm doing at this moment.
Yeah, and by the way, they have a good chance to wind up with a number one pick. Pittsburgh, too, by the way. Don't let Mike Tomlin wind up with a number one pick at a quarterback in there who's better than Pickett. But I'm telling everybody right now, Lamar Jackson's not going to play another season. I tell you, he's not going to do it on a franchise tag. He's not going to do it without a new deal. They might not want to guarantee him $300 million, which if he makes it through this season and does all these great things, it's not going to be no $250, which it probably is right now, right? Tepper's not scared. Like, I'm looking, that's close to Florida. That's a division. He needs a quarterback. He's not scared. And Key, he's got that new money where you could put $300 million in escrow. It's no, he could do that.
New money, hell, he got old money.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying he seems to be liquid enough to quickly put a little $300 million in escrow.
Yeah, he'll spin.
If you really want to have speculation, so David Tepper used to be a minority owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wonder if Mike Tomlin sits there and says, hey, Sean Payton, he graduated with Drew Brees, became a free agent. I wonder if Mike Tomlin says, you know what? Wow, I could go to Carolina, have a top 3 pick, get a new quarterback, start fresh.
See, I don't think Coach T is like that, though. He's not looking to move around. He's a guy that likes stability and be stabilized. They would have to part ways, I think, for T to decide to pick up and go. You know what I'm saying? They would have to be like, it's your time to get out of here. The Pittsburgh fans are sick and tired of you, that sort of thing. Let Terry Bradshaw say something again. Maybe he'll decide to leave. Since Terry Bradshaw,
I want to stay on the Carolina part of things, because when you look at this job, if you're a head coach coming in, because I know we're talking about trading some of their pieces away, especially if they're going to try to be in contention for a number 1 pick and get a quarterback. But if you're a head coach trying to come into Carolina, how good is this job, actually?
Well, if it's a top 3 pick, again, we're going to be saying the same until next February. But Sean Payton's going to say, like, if I could have Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, or Will Levis, that job looks a lot different than it does today, coaching Baker Mayfield.
But the reason it's a good job is because if I'm Sean Payton, for instance, I have full control of everything, and I have an owner that's willing to spend. He displayed that by firing a coach 5 games in, and still owe him north of $40 million. So he's like, I got a coach. I got an owner who'll pay, get me everything I need. I could go build my staff up again. Now, I don't know whether or not Sean wants to be in the Carolinas, but that name is probably the hottest name on the board. Now, I'm sure there'll be the Lincoln Rileys of the world from a college standpoint. Well, he's already gone that route, obviously, with Matt Rhule. But you'll start to hear these names that's out there. Mike Tomlin, much like Mike is saying, his name will be floating out there. Raheem Morris' name will be floating out there. DeMeco Ryans' name will be floating out there.
Eric Bieniemy's won't.
I was going to get there. Eric Bieniemy's will be. See, it's already ringing. Mike's on the call.
I could really embarrass my son right now, who's FaceTiming me. He's going to high school. He has to wear a tie today, so we have to FaceTime on the break. So,
wait, where is he going? He needs a tie.
He's in high school. They have to wear a tie today to school, so he needs to FaceTime.
What's
with
the day? Why
they
today?
have dress up day. So.
Dress up day.
Yeah.
No lie. My father used to make me do that in high school. Dress for success.
You had to wear a tie to high school?
A suit. 1 day a week. I wore a suit to high school.
With hard bottoms.
Yeah. my dad, man, he was preparing. Like, we did interviews.
Well, whatever he did, you made the league.
So doing interviews and stuff while he's recording us, and he had the whole thing, man, mapping it out for us when we was little kids.
It all worked out for you.
Yeah, look at.
We find out there is no dress up day. It's only in the Tannenbaum house is dress up day. Dad, no one else is wearing a tie. Yeah. It worked for Harry Douglas, damn it.
Dress up day, yeah. I don't think I was able to do that.
You out there wearing chucks
You'll appreciate this, Kate. His head of school is Derek Mays, the former Notre Dame wide receiver.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's the head of school.
Wow.
Yeah.
D. Mays.
Was dress up day his idea?
I'll have to check with him.
We find out the percentage of
Catholic
people in the NFL played
It's
a
not.
title.
But,
okay.
It is.
I would think because D. Mays, Notre Dame guy.
Yeah.
So Baker's done as a starter, right? He's all done. And you're thinking of C.J. Stroud maybe, or I'm thinking Lamar Jackson. But at any rate, what I wanted to mention this about Tepper. I like what he did in Carolina because he had good enough. He had a quarterback and a coach that made the playoffs every other year. And every third or fourth year, they won a game or so. And he said, in the playoffs, and he said, you know what? I'm going to take – this is good. It's not good enough. I'm going to tear this down and swing for the fences.
Everybody keep talking about C.J. Stroud, C.J. Stroud, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. The kid from Kentucky.
Will
Levis.
Yeah.
Hooker from Tennessee. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know a quarterback.
And he's been in college 9 years too. So
I don't care about that.
No, I'm just saying he's not your normal. He's not going to be your normal rookie coming in. And we're actually doing college game
He's
day.
like, what, 33, 34 years old now? How old is he?
Man, that dude.
Key, we'll know a lot more about
that
him.
dude,
They're
though?
playing Alabama coming up. Boy, that.
And I'll be honest with you. I actually think Tennessee's going to win that game this weekend in Knoxville. I can't wait to get there on Friday.
Man, he can spin it.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what's interesting about that, Key? Like, does Hendon Hooker and Josh Heupel become a package deal? Because that offense is hard to defend.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.